You already know what it is. This ain't no game, folks. We're talking about the real deal, the pinnacle of sports, the gridiron gladiators, the NFL. And we're about to take you on a journey, a pilgrimage, if you will, to the heart and soul of football in America. We're talking about those cities, those hallowed grounds, where the love of the game runs deeper than a Brett Favre spiral in a blizzard, where fans bleed their team colors, where every down is a matter of life or death, where the roar of the crowd could shake the very foundations of the stadium. So buckle up, grab your foam fingers and your lucky jerseys, because we're going deep into the trenches, folks. We're talking rivalries, traditions, legendary players, and the most passionate fans on the planet. And don't you dare think about clicking away because you're missing out on something special. This is where football lives, only on Expedition Essence. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. First up, we're heading to the frozen tundra of Wisconsin to a place they call Titletown, USA, Green Bay. Now, some of you out there might be looking at a map and saying, Stephen A., what in the world is in Green Bay? Let me tell you something, this ain't no ordinary town. This is the home of the Green Bay Packers, the most storied franchise in NFL history. We're talking 13 championships, folks, more than any other team in the league. From Curly Lambeau to Bart Starr, from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers, the Packers have a legacy that's unmatched. And the fans, oh man, the fans, they're as loyal as they come, braving the bitter cold and the snow to cheer on their beloved pack. They pack Lambeau Field, one of the most iconic stadiums in all of sports, and they create an atmosphere that's electric. You can feel the history, the passion, the love for the game in every corner of that stadium. But it's more than just the history and the wins, folks. In Green Bay, the Packers are more than just a team, they're part of the community. It's the only community-owned team in the NFL. And let me tell you, the people of Green Bay take that ownership seriously. They bleed green and gold, and they support their team through thick and thin. You won't find any bandwagon fans here, no sir. These are diehards, born and bred to cheer for the green and gold. And that's what makes Green Bay so special. It's a place where football is more than just a game, it's a way of life. It's a testament to the power of sports to bring people together, to create a shared identity, and to inspire generations. So next time you think about football, don't just think about the bright lights in the big cities. Remember Green Bay, Wisconsin, a small town with a big heart, where football lives and breathes in every corner. Now, we're heading south to another city that bleeds black and gold, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This is a city built on hard work, determination, and a whole lot of grit. And that same spirit is reflected in their beloved Pittsburgh Steelers. We're talking 6 Super Bowl championships, folks, tied for the most in NFL history. From the steel curtain defense of the 70s to the offensive firepower of the Rooneys and Bradshaw, the Steelers have a legacy of dominance that's undeniable. And the fans in Pittsburgh, they're as tough and as passionate as the city itself. They fill Heinz Field with a sea of terrible towels, creating an atmosphere that's both intimidating and electrifying. You can feel the ground shake when the Steelers score, and you can hear the roar of the crowd all the way back in Green Bay. That's the kind of passion you only find in a city that lives and breathes football. But the Steelers are more than just a team in Pittsburgh. They're a symbol of the city itself. They represent the hard work, the resilience, and the never-say-die attitude that defines Pittsburgh. This is a city that's been through a lot, from economic hardship to industrial decline, but through it all, the Steelers have remained a constant source of pride and inspiration. They're a reminder that even in the toughest of times, there's always something to cheer for, something to believe in. And that's why the bond between the Steelers and the city of Pittsburgh is unbreakable. So when you see those black and gold jerseys, remember that you're not just looking at a football team, you're looking at the heart and soul of a city. You're looking at Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, a city that knows how to win and a city that knows how to support its team. Dallas, Texas, the heart of Texas, and some might say the heart of American football. You step into Dallas and you feel it. The weight of those 5 Super Bowl trophies, the echoes of Staubach, Aikman, and Emmitt Smith. Don't even get me started on the cheerleaders. And let's talk about those Cowboys fans. They bleed silver and blue, they travel deep, and they let you know loud and proud who they're rooting for. They've earned the right to call themselves America's team, and love them or hate them, you gotta respect the dedication. But it's not just about the past, folks. Jerry Jones, love him or hate him, he knows how to put a team on the field. They've got a young quarterback in Dak Prescott, a star running back in Ezekiel Elliott, and a defense that's hungry to prove themselves. The Cowboys are always in the conversation, and that's what makes Dallas special. It's a city that lives and breathes football, and whether they're winning championships or breaking your heart in the playoffs, you know one thing for sure. The Dallas Cowboys are must-see TV. Now, Dallas isn't just about the Cowboys, even if they do take up a whole lot of the oxygen in that town. We're talking about a city with a rich cultural scene, amazing food. The barbecue alone is worth the trip, and enough to keep you entertained long after the final whistle blows. You can catch a Mavericks game, see a concert at the American Airlines Center, or explore the city's vibrant arts district. And don't even get me started on the shopping. Dallas has got it all, folks. But let's be real, when you're in Dallas, it's hard not to feel the pull of AT&T Stadium. That place is a palace, a monument to football, and the atmosphere on game day is electric. It's no wonder they call it Jerry World. So, if you're looking for a city that lives and breathes football, a city with a championship pedigree and a fan base that's second to none, then look no further than Dallas, Texas. Just be prepared to bleed silver and blue. Boston, Massachusetts, a city with a rich history, passionate fans, and a winning tradition that's the envy of the league. We're talking about a city that's been spoiled by success, and I'm talking about 6 Super Bowl championships spoiled. You can't talk about Boston without talking about the Patriots dynasty. Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, Gronk, these names are etched in NFL history, and they've turned Foxborough into a fortress. The Patriots' success has transformed Boston into a football town. The passion, the energy, the unwavering support, it's palpable. These fans live and breathe Patriots football, and they've been rewarded with a level of dominance that's rarely seen in professional sports. But even with Brady riding off into the sunset, you can't count this team out. They've still got Belichick, the greatest coach of all time, and you know he's got something up his sleeve. Now, Boston is more than just the Patriots, even if their shadow looms large over the city. We're talking about a city with a rich history, world-class universities, and a vibrant cultural scene. You can walk the Freedom Trail, cheer on the Red Sox at Fenway Park, or grab a bite to eat at one of the city's many renowned restaurants. But let's be real, when you're in Boston during football season, it's hard to escape the pull of the Patriots. The city bleeds blue and silver, and the energy on game day is electric. So if you're looking for a city with a winning tradition, passionate fans, and a football team that's always in the hunt, then look no further than Boston, Massachusetts. Just be prepared to hear a lot of Yankees suck chants while you're there. Kansas City, Missouri, the city of fountains, the BBQ capital of the world, and now, thanks to Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, a bona fide football powerhouse. You can't talk about football without mentioning Kansas City. This is a city that lives and breathes football, where the tailgates are legendary and Arrowhead Stadium is rocking every single Sunday. We're talking about the loudest fans in the NFL, the kind of noise that rattles your bones and gets into the heads of opposing teams. And then there's Mahomes. The man is a magician, a generational talent who can make every throw on the field and then some. He's got that swagger, that confidence, that it factor that you just can't teach. With Andy Reid calling the plays and Travis Kelce catching touchdowns, the Chiefs are must-see TV. They're a dynasty in the making, and Kansas City is loving every minute of it. Now, Kansas City is more than just football, even if it feels like the whole city shuts down on game day. We're talking about a city with a rich jazz history, incredible barbecue, I'm talking melt-in-your-mouth ribs, and a vibrant arts and culture scene. You can catch a show at the Kaufman Center for the Performing Arts, explore the Nelson Atkins Museum of Art, or wander through the historic 18th and Vine Jazz District. But let's be real, when you're in Kansas City, it's hard not to get caught up in the football fever. The energy is contagious, the passion is real, and the Chiefs are a team on a mission. So, if you're looking for a city with a winning tradition, passionate fans, and a football team that's redefining the game, then look no further than Kansas City, Missouri. Just make sure you come hungry, because the barbecue is out of this world. We're talking top NFL cities, and you can't have that conversation without mentioning Seattle. Seattle, my friends, is where the 12th man reigns supreme. These fans, they bleed blue and green, and they are loud. I'm talking deafening, earth-shattering, opponent-intimidating loud. It's a force of nature. The energy in that stadium, it's palpable. It lifts the Seahawks, it pushes them forward. In Seattle, football isn't just a game, it's a way of life. And that, my friends, is what makes Seattle one of the greatest football cities in America. Now, some folks might say Seattle's a relatively new addition to the upper echelon of NFL cities, and they wouldn't be entirely wrong. The Seahawks, they haven't been around as long as some of these other teams, but you know what they have? Passion, heart, and a fan base that's hungry for wins. And let's not forget, Seattle's got a Lombardi trophy to their name. They've tasted victory at the highest level, and that only intensifies the passion in that city. They've had a taste of glory, and they're hungry for more. Look, you don't build a reputation like Seattle's overnight. It takes dedication, it takes commitment, it takes a city that lives and breathes football. And that's what you have in Seattle. From the diehards in the stands to the casual fans watching at home, Seattle is a city united by its love for the Seahawks. And that's what makes Seattle special. It's a city that embraces its team, that rallies around its players, that creates an atmosphere unlike any other. Seattle, you're not just a football city, you're a football phenomenon. We're talking top NFL cities in America, and you can't have that conversation without mentioning Denver, Colorado. Now, Denver's got a rich football history, but let's be real. The Broncos dynasty really kicked off with a certain someone named John Elway. Elway, that man was magic on the field. He could make throws nobody else could even dream of. He brought 2 Super Bowls to Denver, and in doing so, he cemented their place as a true football city. But Denver's story doesn't end with Elway. Oh no, they've got another legend in Peyton Manning. Manning, the sheriff, he came to Denver and added another chapter to their storied legacy. Another Super Bowl, countless records broken, and a whole new generation of Broncos fans fell in love with the game. And that's what makes Denver special. It's a city that embraces its legends, that celebrates its history, but never rests on its laurels. Denver, you're a city that's always striving for more, and that's why you're on this list. Now, let's talk about the fans. Denver, you got some of the most passionate fans in the league. They bleed orange and blue, they fill that stadium week in and week out, and they create an atmosphere that's electric. They've got a long storied history of supporting their team through thick and thin. They've seen the highs of Super Bowl victories and the lows of heartbreaking defeats, but through it all, their loyalty has never wavered. Look, you don't just stumble into a legacy like Denver's. It takes years of dedication, of unwavering support, of a city that lives and breathes football. And that's what you have in Denver. From the diehards in the stands to the casual fans watching at home, Denver is a city united by its love for the Broncos. And that's what makes Denver special. It's a city that embraces its team, that rallies around its players, that creates an atmosphere unlike any other. Denver, you're not just a football city, you're a football phenomenon. Now, we're talking top NFL cities, and you can't have that conversation without mentioning New Orleans, Louisiana. New Orleans, it's a city known for its music, its food, its culture, and yes, its football. The New Orleans Saints, they're more than just a team down there, they're an institution. And the fans, oh man, the fans, we're talking about the Who Dat Nation, baby. These folks, they live and breathe Saints football. They're loud, they're proud, and they're always ready to party, especially after a Saints victory. You see, in New Orleans, football isn't just a game, it's a way of life. It's woven into the fabric of the city. It's about community. It's about resilience. It's about coming together and celebrating something bigger than yourself. And let me tell you, there's nothing quite like a Saints game day in New Orleans. The energy, the excitement, the anticipation, it's palpable. It's a party in the streets, it's a family reunion, it's a celebration of everything that makes New Orleans great. Now the Saints, they've had their share of ups and downs, they've known heartbreak, they've known disappointment, but they've also known the sweet taste of victory. And through it all, the fans, they never wavered, they never lost faith, and that's what makes New Orleans special. They've got a resilience, a spirit, a determination that can't be broken. They've been through Hurricane Katrina, they've been through tough seasons, but they always come back stronger. Look, you don't build a fan base like the Houdat Nation overnight. It takes years of dedication, of unwavering support, of a city that lives and breathes football. And that's what you have in New Orleans. From the diehards in the Superdome to the casual fans watching at home, New Orleans is a city united by its love for the Saints. And that's what makes New Orleans special. It's a city that embraces its team, that rallies around its players, that creates an atmosphere unlike any other. New Orleans, you're not just a football city, you're a football phenomenon. Now we're heading to the Windy City, Chicago, Illinois, home of the Chicago Bears. This city breathes football. They've got a history as rich and storied as a Shakespearean tragedy. We're talking about the monsters of the Midway, Walter Payton, Dick Butkus, and Gale Sayers. Legends who etched their names in football immortality. Soldier Field, their home turf, has seen it all, from championship games to the roar of the crowd. Their love for the Bears has never wavered. Chicago, a city with football in its DNA. Now I know what some of you are thinking. Stephen A., the Bears haven't won a Super Bowl in decades. And you know what? You're right. But that doesn't diminish the passion, the sheer, unadulterated love this city has for its team. They pack Soldier Field week in and week out, braving the elements, the bitter cold, the howling wind, all to cheer on their beloved Bears. You see, in Chicago, it's about more than just wins and losses. It's about the spirit of the game, the camaraderie, the shared experience of being a part of something bigger than yourself. It's about the hope that springs eternal every season, the belief that this could be the year the Bears return to glory. And let me tell you something, that kind of unwavering faith, that's what makes Chicago a true football city. They understand the game, they respect the game, and they love the game with a passion that's unmatched. Chicago, a city where football isn't just a sport, it's a way of life. Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, known for its history, cheesesteaks, and die-hard sports fans. When it comes to football, these fans are as passionate as they come. The Philadelphia Eagles have captured the hearts and minds of this city. From Reggie White to Donovan McNabb, the Eagles have given fans plenty to cheer about, and cheer they do, with unmatched ferocity and intensity. Lincoln Financial Field is a cauldron of noise on game day. These fans bleed green in live Eagles football. Their loyalty and passion make Philadelphia a true football city. Now, we all know about the Eagles' recent Super Bowl victory, a moment that sent this city into a frenzy the likes of which we haven't seen in a long time. But even before that historic win, the Eagles' faithful were a force to be reckoned with. They've endured their fair share of heartbreak over the years, from close calls to crushing defeats. But through it all, their faith never wavered, their passion never dimmed. They're a resilient bunch, these Philadelphia fans, tough, gritty, and always ready to back their team. They understand the game, they appreciate the hard work and dedication it takes to succeed, and they demand nothing but the best from their team. And when the Eagles deliver, when they rise to the occasion, there's no place on earth louder than Lincoln Financial Field. It's a testament to the power of sports, the power of shared passion, and the unbreakable bond between a city and its team. Philadelphia, a city where football is more than just a game, it's an integral part of the city's identity. And there you have it, folks. From the frozen tundra of Green Bay to the Superdome in New Orleans, we've traveled across America, exploring the cities where football truly lives and breathes. We've witnessed the unwavering passion, the die-hard loyalty, and the electrifying atmosphere that makes these cities the heart and soul of the NFL. But this is just a glimpse, a taste of the incredible football culture that thrives in every corner of this great nation. So, the next time you hear the roar of the crowd, the thud of helmets colliding, Remember this, football isn't just a game, it's a way of life. It's about community, it's about shared passion, and it's about the unbreakable bond between a city and its team. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more incredible content celebrating the world of sports.